From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. After a notable stretch of record-breaking heat across the western U.S. through mid-March, multiple storms moving into the region will bring cooler and wet weather to end the month. Additional daily record highs were set this past weekend across the Southwest as the heat continues to build into the region. Daytime highs can top out from 15 to 25 degrees above the historical average for the end of March. Now, the first of three storms that will help put an end to this stretch of heat will impact portions of the Four Corners states on Monday, as moisture drawing northward will promote spotty afternoon thunderstorms. AccuWeather's Alex Sosnowski says that this setup may mimic the early stages of the North American monsoon, but it is too early in the season for the monsoon pattern to take hold and persist. Locally, gusty winds can accompany any thunderstorm, which can kick up dust into the air. There is also a risk for dry thunderstorms as dry air near the ground evaporates any rainfall. Limited rainfall combined with lightning could spark wildfires. Focus then shifts farther north on Tuesday into Tuesday evening as the storm spreads rain and high-elevation snow showers to portions of California, northern Nevada, and parts of southern Oregon and Idaho. A larger and more notable storm will make its way from the Pacific and into the northwest late Tuesday night into Wednesday. The storm will spread rain across portions of California and Nevada into Washington and Idaho, with the steadiest focused across far northwestern California into western Washington. As the storm moves onshore Wednesday, winds could pick up along the Oregon and far northern California coasts. Winds can gust up to 35 miles per hour, with higher gusts possible in some of the higher elevations along the coast. In the higher terrain, precipitation can fall to snow, with snow expected in all the passes across the Cascades as snow levels drop into Wednesday night. Along with the rain and the mountain snow, this storm will help enforce the spread of cooler air across the west. Temperatures through the week will be near the historical average for the end of March and early April. In Las Vegas, for example, temperatures have been in the 90s throughout this stretch of record-breaking heat. This week, temperatures will only top out in the 70s and 80s. Rain showers and mountain snow could continue into Thursday across most of the Northwest into Montana and Wyoming as a dip in the jet stream remains over the region. Chilly air being reinforced in the region will promote a more widespread rain-snow mix across the region, while precipitation remains all rain in the valleys. Looking ahead to Friday and into the Easter weekend, drier and warmer air is expected to return as a northward bulge in the jet stream will set up over the west. Temperatures are expected to get back above the historical average for early April, bringing an end to the stretch of cool conditions. Well, the persistent dry weather, gusty winds, and little to no precipitation in sight will raise the risk for wildfires across the plains through the rest of the month. The fire risk could even remain elevated through the remainder of spring across the region. Now, the core of the warmth will shift farther east this week, focusing across much of the central and eastern U.S. At the same time, much of the plains will still be in a prolonged stretch of below-average precipitation. AccuWeather's Brandon Buckingham says that the risk for wildfire activity across the plains remains elevated until meaningful precipitation moves through the area. Unfortunately, there is little to no precipitation expected through the end of the month. The lack of precipitation can persist into the start of April for many in the region, as storms are expected to set up farther east from Oklahoma and eastern Texas into New England in early April. Through the rest of spring, the fire risk could remain moderate to high across portions of the plains ahead of vegetation greening up. Buckingham said that the western halves of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, and the eastern portion of Colorado will likely face a moderate to high risk of wildfire activity through the remainder of the spring, particularly during windy periods preceding greenup. That's all for now. You can find more regional forecasts and science-based articles at AccuWeather.com. And for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be weather aware. I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.